check. I'll just start the recording and I'll just show with you the difference with the WordPress. So yeah, one moment. Where is it? Here. So yeah, here you can see a little bit the difference. So basically, I have like here two websites, right? So one website is this, the Travel Blogging Academy, because yeah, with the Travel Media Academy, I started first actually like with the Travel Blogging Academy. Hans maybe knows it from like the workshops in Peru. And now I made it a bit more into travel journalism. That means and travel blogging, but also videography, photography. So basically the whole industry. And you can see here a bit the difference. So this is made with WordPress.com, still have a custom domain name, right? It looks like this, the website. Yeah. And the thing is why I chose to use this one is because of this option here. Because it has an option, it's called readers. It's kind of like a built-in social media for all the people that have a blog on WordPress. So that means people can follow you, right? So when people follow you, they can comment, there will be more views to your blog post, basically. So that's why I chose it, because yeah, people subscribe, then you can get their email addresses as well, right? So it's very cool because yeah, then they can like, if you post, let's say a blog post, I can go a little bit down. So here I have different blog posts. So like, for example, how to work with tourist brands as a travel blogger, right? So if you click on it, you can like read it. And then when you go all the way down, then people can comment. And a lot of comments come actually through this WordPress reader. And that's why I kind of like kept my WordPress.com account, because I wanted to only have one website, the hosted one. But the thing is, I get a lot of interaction from fellow bloggers, right? Because here's someone India Safaris, and here you have someone like Aparna Chili Cupcakes, and a lot of them have their own website. So that means they are very active, like in the industry. So that's very nice, you know, because then you have interaction. So that means people will go and check your products also, right? That's why I chose for WordPress.com and why I recommend to start with that. And if you want to be more, let's say, not so this I recommend if you want to start your personal profile as a freelancer, as a travel journalist, right? But if you build later, let's say, a whole business and you don't want to have, yeah, you just want to have more templates to play with it. I mean, you can do it with WordPress.com without a problem as well. But if you want to have your own hosting, then you can choose for WordPress.org. So that's basically, yeah, you have your own hosting provider, you install their WordPress. You can do it yourself, or you can have a developer that does it, and a website designer. So yeah, it's up to you. If you're building, let's say here I built, for example, another website, Peru Tour. So that's more like a company, like a tour agency, right? That organizes expeditions. So for that, I made it a bit more professional with a designer actually from India. And she helped me to design a beautiful theme. You can see it's a bit more designed well here. And still, yeah, you can also put their blogs. And then, of course, yeah, you need to like rank it on Google, right? So for example, here you can see an example of blogs. And it's also very cool because, yeah, with a blog like this one, I collaborated, for example, maybe Hans knows, with Kema. It's like a hotel in Lima, in Arequipa and Mancora. Was before Selena, actually, a couple of those locations. And the cool thing is like that, for example, I wrote a blog post from my own website, but I featured like Kema, like the hotel where people can stay, right? Like here. And they basically gave me like 10 days to stay in a private room and enjoy, like, you know, their hotel. So that's a way how you can have collaborations. And as you can see, I don't even have, like, this is a new website. I don't have much blogs, and still they worked with me, for example, as a travel journalist. So really, like, if it goes to landing collabs, you can even try it in your own town. It's easier than you think. Like, just reaching out, and if you get 20 no's, the 21 will say yes. So it's very recommended to try it. So.
Excuse me, excuse
Sure.
me, Igor, I have a question. Like, how is possible that you make these collabs? Like, you go to you contact Selena, for example, in any kind of social media that they have, or what, or how do you do this?
In my opinion, the easiest ways where I landed the best collabs was to go physically. So that means you just go there, drink a couple times a cup of coffee, you figure out, okay, who's the manager, who's the decision maker, and you just start to have conversations by introducing yourself like, hey, my name is Igor, I'm a travel journalist, I'm certified by National Geographic, and I help hotels to be more seen on Google through travel blogs, for example, right? And then you start to have conversations with them, and then they know who you are, or they approach you, or you can offer like a collaboration. So that's how I started.
Okay,
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah, and further what you can also do is, so for example, with Kema, I did offline the collaboration, but with, for example, another I can show with Milia Amazon Lodge. So that's this one, for example. So that was like a collab with the Eco Lodge, like 5 days with 3 foods per day, like three meals, like with tours on the Amazon River, visiting tribes, rescue centers, seeing like the dolphins swimming in the river, going seeing tarantulas in the night, and a private room basically. Everything like was included in the collab, and I just needed to write like one blog post and share it like on social media basically. It was very cool because it was just in the heart of the Amazon jungle. They picked us up, and yeah, it was amazing, you know. So with them, for example, I didn't reach out privately because Peru was far because I was then in the Netherlands, but I reached out to them through, I think, or Instagram or Facebook. Normally I do email as the first one. So first one I would say is like physical, to go and just talk with the people. Second one, I would say it's email, LinkedIn. Those are very powerful because you have the decision makers, right? The managers that are there. And the third one, I would say, is social media. So that means just Facebook, Instagram, maybe TikTok. And you can also call them with the phone, can also work sometimes. So that's how I landed, for example, these collabs. And in the past also with Selena when it existed, a bit like a big hostel chain. So that's a good way to go. Maybe any questions? Like, because Hans, I think you want to maybe to know something more.
Actually, I have another question, Igor. So, for example, if you're going to talk to the manager for trying to make a collab, like how do you show to this person, to the manager of one place, how do you show them how many followers you have on your blog, so they know that you are a serious deal?
Yeah. So that's actually a very good question because we had it actually last time about how to build a portfolio. So what you can do is, for example, what helps, like what I would do in this situation. So let's say, so this is a good example of like a niche blog. So let's say I'm a specialist as a travel journalist. I'm specialized in Peru as destination. That means that I'm going to Peru and I cover all destinations, and I feature hotels on the website so people can find it, like expats, digital nomads, backpackers, and luxury tourists. So I would say to them, I will write a pitch on the email, right? So that will be like, hey, dear manager Mark, my name is Igor. I'm a travel journalist certified by National Geographic. I feature like different destinations in Peru and help hotels to get more exposure. And I would say like I can offer you by write like your offer, right? You offer something, so I would offer you like 3 travel blog posts about Arequipa, for example, and exposure on social media to like 10,000 followers, for example, right? And then they know like, okay, he will provide me like blog posts. I will be seen in Google and through like the readers that visit like the website, and also on social media to this like matrix of, let's say, 10,000 people that are usually digital nomads or backpackers, for example. And if
All
you
right,
want to,
so
yeah, sorry.
continue.
Yeah, so if you want to provide those statistics, you can use like a media kit. So I would basically create like one page only with Canva, right? It's called media kit. You can have templates there as well on Canva. So you can just put it in the search engine in Canva. And then you have like an example. You can just change it with your own pictures and the amount of followers you have, or if you don't have many followers, no worries. You can just put in like which audience you focus on, or just like the skills you have, for example. Because you don't need like big followers to work with hotels. You can even have 0 followers, but you can offer like photography, videography, writing an article, like PR, for example, for like a travel magazine, or just writing a blog post for like a fresh blog, for example. And yeah, you use a media kit. So you put it like in the appendix in the email, and you can put in the signature, like kind regards, Igor Kondrad, and the website like Peru Tours. So people can just click and see your whole portfolio like a bit bigger. Yeah, how I usually do it, and it seems to work because I had already like many with hotels, tour agencies. And Hans, did you want to ask something maybe? Because
No. I just wanted to say, like, so the thing is that when you speak to the manager, you speak to the manager for getting the email. So in the email, you can send them your blog, right? I mean,
yeah,
you can show
yeah.
them their.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's the idea that I got.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah, to basically write an email, but the most important is actually to find the right decision maker, because if you write it, let's say, to the general staff or general info email, then it lands maybe in the spam box, or maybe like an intern or volunteer reads it and then forgets maybe, to show it to the manager, and the manager has usually like more busy tasks to do. So I would recommend to really direct it to him and make it personal. You can say, you can compliment him like, oh, I really like your LinkedIn profile. I saw you have experience with this and this. Try to make it personal. Do a bit of investigation. So that's already 50% of the work. And then the other 50% is to providing your offer. And really, it doesn't matter if you don't have followers, don't worry about that. You can just use the skills you have that you learn like through these master classes. You can write articles for them, SEO, blog posts, photography, videography. You can even go there and volunteer, for example, right? So there are like many things that you can do, or even do social media management, for
That's
example.
great.
And it's very cool because even if you just want to do it for fun from time to time, I mean, yeah, it's very nice. I mean, if you get like a deal to stay somewhere like 1 week, for example, in like a luxury resort, it's very chill because you just do a little bit of social media for them, and you can just enjoy like the pool, like the luxuries that they have, right? So yeah, it's like from my example, that's like some with hotels, with hostels, like tour agencies, eco lodge. I did one time a volunteer in a kind of like a big rehab center. It was like a luxury one. I didn't even know back then. It was for like school, like 3 months. So they provided food, private studios. So that's like a big example of like a huge collab. So it was like 3 months. It's very long. You can basically sometimes live in those hotels. If you provide like a good offer, good work, then it's very nice actually. And then you can do your own remote work, right? So you can also do like other freelance projects. I will just like go and share a bit the slides with you. And Veronica, welcome. I see you joined a bit later. We just were discussing a little bit about different opportunities of like how to start like your travel blog on WordPress, or for example, hosting. So yeah, I will just go a bit. Yeah, let me check. I'll just stop sharing for one moment and share the PowerPoint with you. Let me check. Oh, I hope my headset will be still good because here it's quite noisy. I'm actually like in the hostel. It's very like up to the topic of today. But yeah, I will try to, let me check, share the screen. So today we just focus very practical on starting the blog, okay? But I wanted to at least cover a little bit how to choose your domain name, because that's also important. So here you can see it's actually from like a previous course that I did was about travel blogging. So just like a quick reminder, I think you all know it already, but what is like a travel blog? So it's a website with pages and posts, or you can just basically like publish content related to your travel industry. It can be informational blog posts, it can be your personal experience, an instruction, maybe an interview with someone. So it's basically what we had with AI travel writing, like articles. You can also publish it in a blog format, right? Using also pictures, infographics, videos. So you can put all your travel journalist skills into basically one blog post, right? Like pictures, videos, infographics, questions, right? Like some diagrams, even if you put a lot of information. Just because I'm blocking the view with my video that I have here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and as a travel blogger, right, or travel journalist, you share basically personal stories or informational articles, right, on your website. And if you feel like it's a bit too long learning curve and you don't like writing, you can also just focus only on Instagram or posting posts on Facebook, right? So it's totally up to you. Here you can see a bit, yeah, advantages, disadvantages. Yeah, disadvantages, it's a big learning curve, right? So that means you need to take time to make the design and everything. You know that companies sometimes pay 2,000 euros to make a website for them, right? So it's possible it will take with you maybe like 1 or 2 months to make it perfect how you want it, right? If you want everything perfect like your design. Costs energy and fills a win. So if you want to make it very fast, I have actually nice contact, Shabavi, and she's like from India and she makes very beautiful designs. So you can also like connect her. Further, we have advantages. So basically, you can follow your passion, financial reward, location dependent, your own boss, right? So that's in general about being a travel blogger. So today we will just focus actually on defining it. Like what is like a travel blog? What is your domain name? So like the topic of your website, right? And how to build it, okay? Later we will focus more on monetizing, exposure, and how the writing process looks like. So just to make it simple, like your niche, I know already a little bit from everyone about what you like, but still, yeah, it changes often. So you can also like, share it. And yeah, I'm very, very like curious. Like, for example, like Hans, like when you start with your travel blog, what's your niche? Like, what's your topic?
Well, in my case, it would be like traveling around Cusco.
So let's say it could be, for example, Cusco backpacking trips or Cusco ruins or destinations. Like, do you have an idea like what kind of travel it will be or which
Like for
people?
example, like giving advice to people who wants to do trekkings by themselves with
Mhm.
tips like traveling as a locals.
Yeah. So it's a bit. So I would say it's more like backpackers, or do you want to focus on people that
Yeah, sure, yeah. Actually, backpackers. Yeah, that's right.
backpackers and younger backpackers, or do we talk also about like people that are 50 plus and like need assistance, maybe
It should be young
young
backpackers.
people? So let's say it could be like let's say from 20 to like 35, something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's good also to know that your audience and what kind of you want to show people more, that only the city Cusco or also like the surrounding areas.
The city, what things that they can see in the city, like for example, the streets that they can see,
Mm-hmm.
events that they can find in the main
Uh,
square or in other parts like San Pedro Market. Also, different
mm-hmm.
tips for, for example, alternatives. Like you know that, for example, in Cusco, you usually need to pay a certain ticket for getting to the ruins. But
Yeah,
there are
yeah.
also other kind of ruins that are for free entrance, totally for free entrance, that are not so
Hmm.
popular in the
Yeah,
blogs.
that's true.
So, for
That's
example,
true.
yeah, for example, that will be my main point.
Oh, that's very cool actually, because yeah, I remember I also went to some ruins that you didn't need to pay for a ticket, and they were like basically abandoned, so you had to offer yourself. That was magical. That's really cool. That kind of adventures. And yeah, I think especially what you say, you have a geographical like location that you chose, right? You have a very good niche because it's not Peru, it's not like Sacred Valley. It's really like the city Cusco, and still, of course, you can write like articles about how to get to Humantay Lake from Cusco or to Machu Picchu, but everything is related to Cusco, so you have strong SEO as well with that. So the question will be, how would you call your website to attract backpackers to click on it and to make yeah Google that it can find it, right?
Actually, I didn't have any idea. I mean, when I created the domain, I just like created it by the name of Cusco with Hans. But I don't
Oh,
know
but
if
that's
there could be
okay.
like
That,
any
mhm.
other cool one.
But that's okay. Like if you want to, for example, position yourself a tour guide. Oh, wait a second. I think my headset died, unfortunately. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's
Yeah, loud and clear. Yeah.
hear some rumor around, but I hope you can still at least hear me a bit because it's quite crowded because people are, I think, eating now here. So yeah, like so yeah, it's very good to choose the right domain name, because the thing is like that's how people find you on Google. So I have, for example, Travel Blogging Academy. So when people type in on Google travel blogging, they find basically my website on top of it, like in the whole world. So that's, yeah, very valuable. So you can do the same, Hans, with Cusco. When you have Cusco, Cusco tours, I guess people claim the domain name. Further, maybe you can have like Cusco, like backpacking, for example, if you really focus on backpackers, or Cusco hostels, if you feature hostels, right? So you have like, yeah, many opportunities with that. So you can always change your domain name. So don't worry about it. And if you want to position it for yourself, that you are a tour guide in Cusco, then it's of course good to have it like Cusco with Hans. I used to have a blog called Travel with Igor, actually. So it's a very similar domain. That's very cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was my first one, actually. But then I changed it because, yeah, I wanted to be, yeah, not many people know me, of course. I would not type in Google Igor, Travel with Igor. But then I changed it, yeah, into like Travel Blogging Academy, because I knew if people search for it, then they can find me easier. So that's a bit like, yeah, like choosing your niche. I don't know, like maybe Veronica, or like Baja, did you maybe like think about already like a niche for your travel blog?
Uh, you mean as a project or
Yeah,
just as a niche?
like a topic, yeah. So let's say, how would you call like, yeah, your like, let's say a niche first. Like
Um,
what would it be your website about?
Mostly it should be for nature and the, let's say, panorama
Mhm.
pictures of preferably my country, cities, villages, or rural areas.
That's very good. Like, so
Mm,
basically, you focus on people that love to do landscape watching. So they like to
yes.
go on trails. And do you know for which country you want? You want to focus on Iran or other countries?
Uh, I think it's better to start with the area I am more access and more opportunity, and also the one which is less known. So some
Mhm.
rural areas of my country might be starting as first step.
I think, for example, if you start even like with your whole country, like for example, Iran tours, or like
Mm,
Iran travel destinations, that's usually maybe how people will search for it, right? I
yeah.
think the tourism industry is maybe a little bit smaller than, for example, Peru, so it's easier than for you to rank on Google, right? Because
Mhm.
with Peru, the problem is they have like Machu Picchu, so a lot of people. I mean,
Yes.
it's a luxury problem, right? But a
Yeah.
lot of people, then there are a lot of websites that have like tours basically there, and that means it's more difficult to rank.
Yeah.
For example, I know like maybe less people go still, a lot of people go to Iran, of course, but maybe a little bit less than to France or Peru, for example. Like Poland is
Yes.
also like an example. There's still a lot of people going, but not that much as to Peru or France, So it's also a little bit easier to rank, but at the same time, maybe it's changing. Maybe at the moment it's also like it could be, for example, that there are some trends and a lot of people go to Iran, and then it's very difficult to rank,
Yes.
right? So you need to
So
be
do
a
you
good approach. Yeah.
do you also mean that second to the niche, the name of the blogging is also important
The website,
because
basically.
for the website because of the SEO,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
because and then most this is another, I believe, not a challenging but issue that most of the good names are already taken, or even there are some names
Mhm.
reserved, but they don't have the website.
Yes.
So then you have to just play around with the word and to make it
It's true.
minimize, or sometimes using acronyms.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
think in the future it will be even more difficult because for me the same. I would love to have, for example, Peru.com, right? Or
yeah, that's
Peru.nl. But unfortunately, lots of companies they even purchase domain names and they sell it. So I was lucky with PeruTours.nl because
yeah,
still if I would like I could like sell it in the future, maybe even for 10,000 euros because it's so difficult to get domain names like that.
I see.
The same. For example, I wanted to have travel blogging, but it was occupied already. Travel writing was occupied. Travel videography, photography. So it was very
But
difficult. So you need sometimes to check for your location.
yeah,
Maybe if you're lucky with Iran, you have still like options open. I was lucky with Peru. I didn't expect that. But
yeah,
for the Dutch domain name, I wanted for .com, but unfortunately, I could find for Dutch. So I would try to rank for the Dutch search engine and then still let it translate to English so people can read it also in English
yeah.
automatically. So
I
was
think another issue I came up with was because I already had one or two websites for my translation job.
mm-hmm.
Is the companies who just sell or the domain,
Yeah.
you have to pay the subscription. So you are not, in fact, in a real sense, the owner forever, but every 2 or 3 years, you have to pay the subscription, both for
Mm-hmm.
domain name and also for maintaining the website.
That's true. Yeah. So you need.
Otherwise, the name would be gone. So
Yeah.
I was wondering when you were talking about selling, for example, your own website name, does it
Yes.
mean uh, when it has more content and a lot of visitors, you're transferring to someone else, or this is a 100% ownership that you can transfer it to someone else?
So that's a little bit different because the thing is like, so let's say you can sell your domain name. So that's only the name that you bought, like in the URL. So for example, like let's say www.perutours.nl, right? So I can sell
Mm,
this one to someone like for, let's say, 10,000 euros to like a tourist company that wants to organize tours for like Dutch people, right? So I
mm,
could sell it because they can rank very fast. And if I put content there, then it means that I put more work. They have already the design, that's already the price of 2,000 euro. Let's say the domain name worth can be, let's say, 4 or 5,000 euros. So it's already 7,000 euro. And if I put, for example, a lot of blog posts, right? So that's already good content.
yeah,
And it ranks on the first page of Google, then maybe I could even sell it for like 15 or 20,000 euro if the company is really, like big and they have a budget, right? And of course, it depends if someone is looking for it, but it's possible. People used to sell like domain names for like quite a lot,
mm,
and like depends of you if you want to have it self-hosted or on WordPress.com, and the third option is to having it on your own server. But then you need to be like a informatic professional for that. So that means you have your own hosting server, but I don't recommend it. Only if you are very into IT, maybe. But for that,
I see.
then you'll be like 100% kind of like Yeah, you can see it like, let's say, building your own land or house, you know, like that's your own server. And usually what we do is release it, kind of.
But yeah, in fact, my
Like,
question,
yeah,
my
I'm recording it, Veronica. Sorry, Baha, what did you say?
sorry, my last part of question was, you mean once you pay for your domain once, it means it is always for you, or you have to pay it for 3, 4, 5 years, and again you have to pay it more?
So yeah, the thing is like, so let me check. I'll put it a bit in the chat. So you have a couple of options. Wait, I lost my mouse. I can't click on the chat. So yeah, you have like WordPress.com. So it's basically like a subscription. So the cheapest is like free. Then I think it's like 4, 8, something like, and something more later. Euros, right? It's like tax exclude, like without tax. So you need to pay also the tax, but you can deduct it if you have a company. So let's say if you want to be secure, like if you feel like, okay, I'm still not sure, you know, like imagine like the first 3 or 4 years my website will not make money, what's very normal, because yeah, I mean, you need to break through Google, and yeah, it takes time to build everything to make, right? Even maybe you just want to use your website only as a portfolio, so you can use the free version on WordPress.com, but then you have like WordPress behind your domain. So you have like, let's say, perutours.wordpress.com. You have it like this, right? And it's okay. So I mean, to be honest, like probably people will not care about it, right? And still people will find you on Google and everything will be fine. You will just have less options with the design, and maybe it will look a little bit more basic, the website, right? But actually I would recommend it in the beginning. Just start with that, just play a bit around, and if you start to feel like, oh wow, I start to get good with it and people visit my website, I enjoy it, then you can get a domain name that you pay for, and then you can do it like this, and then you can get a subscription to have more plugins, more tools to play with the website and make it more professional. And if you decide to start like, let's say, company of a couple of people, then you can also think about the option of WordPress.org. And then you can invest maybe 2 to 4, yeah, let's say 2,000 euros. And you can let the website design. If someone can design the website and rank it on SEO, for example. I think for that price, you can for sure find people that do that. There are a lot of professionals that are very good with that in India and Pakistan. And they're really good with these tasks. You can find them on Fiverr, for example. So let's say for maybe even less, they can help you and design the website beautiful and rank it maybe even like on the first page of Google by doing the content and changing a lot with the technical aspects of the website. So that's also an option. If you have a budget for that, you can you plan to start a big company, for example, then yeah, then you can do that as well. And you just invest like entrepreneur, right? But at the beginning, just for your personal portfolio as a freelancer, as a freelance travel journalist, personally, I would then go just for the free option. If I start to get a lot of clients or I really enjoy it, then I will start to pay for it. But that's from my personal experience. That's also how I follow. So I pay now for both, actually, WordPress.org because of Perutours, because it's more like a company. And WordPress.com, I use it because of the reader option. So people can like follow me, interact, and yeah, it ranks very good, like on Google. So it's very nice to have it then paid. So yeah, it will increase the chance also a bit higher that it will rank good. So that's a bit how I choose myself, but of course it's up to you how you want it.
Okay, so thank you very much. Okay.
Of course. And yeah, also we'll go a little bit further, and maybe Veronica, do you have an idea like how you want to what niche you want to focus on and how you call your website? You can also type if you want. Oh yeah, I see you have your audio.
I'm just currently thinking about what I will be writing because I don't know if I will continue developing the blog about Russia because of the current situation, but maybe I will focus on the travel agency or hotels, or maybe I will write some content for the tour brands. I should think over because I need to find um, like the audience to whom I can write my articles. And of course, I also think if I move to Europe, I could continue working in the travel industry because I had a very good, excellent experience in Russia. And it's the same way how you organize tours everywhere on the world and continue working with foreign people and maybe collaborating with tour agencies, tour operators. But I need to think over because I need to find a new way. And I already explained to you about everything.
Yeah, of course. I would recommend personally to kind of, because I can imagine you're in a difficult situation because of the political situation in Russia. So it's kind of, maybe you could make a blog first about Moscow travel, for example. It would be very like geographically good, to, for example, write 100 blog posts about Moscow or even places close to Moscow. But at the moment, I can imagine, it's a tough situation. So a question then for you is, is it a good investment or not?
I'm sorry for disturbing you because maybe foreign people even don't imagine which situation we have, and even we have like a very down now travel industry, and what we had this year only Arabic and Indian, very small amount people who visit Russia. So you know that I'm like such kind of person that you have to invest your time and knowledge to the sector which will give you money, because how you are going to speak about Moscow and St. Petersburg in the current situation, even in a positive way, of course, maybe, but there are a lot of problems which are connected for the traveling from outside to Russia. So you have to focus on something else to find the solution like this, because it's this recommendation writing about Moscow, how it will bring me money. They will not bring me money right now.
That would be tough, I think. Maybe you can focus on domestic tourism, or maybe from some specific countries that still have, like the benefits, for example, of like visiting, right? And they don't have the struggles. But I think, you can think about the future. So you can already try to rank your website, for example, by thinking about when everything reopens again and gets like back to normal, like it was. Or indeed, you can think about, if you feel like you want to live abroad for a couple of years and maybe come back late, or for always, then you can also like start somewhere else, right? Like a tour agency business, or help other tour agencies and coach them, for example. So you have,
I think that we can't wait when our borders, Russian borders, will be open to the foreign people, because it's a waste of time. And you, as I told you, to my mind, you have to invest now your time and your effort to something which will work for you to continue your small business in some other way.
and
So this it's okay to write still about Moscow. I have a lot of posts. I have a lot of tailor-made tours. It's okay. This background is with me. Now I'm looking in new ways. So I should find something which will work on me and which will bring me money, like this.
that's a very good way, I think, of thinking, because you think very realistically and
Yes, of
try
course.
to think about their return of investment, of course. And actually, there's a cool website. It's called like, it used to be called like Nomad List, but maybe now it's called Nomads. I think they bought like the other domain name. Probably they made a lot of money and they could afford to buy the other one. Nomad or Nomads, I'm not sure. if you type nomad list on Google, you will find a whole selection of different countries, but based on cities that are good for remote work. So basically good for like living there and working online for digital nomads.
Okay.
Really recommend you to go through it, and maybe you find some countries that you feel like, oh, I would like to go there for a couple years and see how it is, and maybe work from there, right? Like remote.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with you, Igor. I totally agree with you because the time came to myself to go to another level and to go to the top, because everything which I wanted in Russia, I achieved. So I can't like, go against the situation, political, I don't know, international. So I have to find a way for myself how to continue working in the foreign world. So that's why I'm here with you. I told already about this, and I hope that I will find the new way. That's why I am, from my side, explain to you that now the situation is like this, so we are not going, and I'm not going to waste my time now writing in the English language about Russia. Maybe it will change the situation, but with this current political situation with Ukraine, it will not change very fast. So we need to be realistic and find another solution.
And you can always also like put it around, huh? So maybe there are a lot of people from Moscow that maybe feel similar like you, want to move like to, yeah, personally met a lot of Russian people and from Ukraine as well that went to Bali or went to Sri Lanka. I met even in Spain, like here, like a lot of people as well, Russia and Ukraine on the way when I was traveling. So I think, yeah, a lot of people maybe search also for other destinations, and you can also be a person, a guide to them, right? To even like Russian people, like to turn it around, like that's also possible.
Yeah, yes, I'm trying to copy. Yes, I copied what you said in the in the Zoom. Okay, thank you so much. Sorry that I'm very like I don't need to say sorry, but it's a current situation, and we are discussing all the time with our colleagues, and we don't find a solution because we can't even now find solution in the exhibition sector. Also, because there are not so much who are wanting our services in the exhibition. So it's like this, but still it's okay. I created portfolio in Canva, and
yeah, I
it
saw it.
was like, I did it 3 hours to make it, but I still did it.
But that's good. Well done that you really did it, because it's, yeah, very important to have it as your portfolio, as a media kit, and yeah, that means it can open doors for you. So I know definitely you will figure it out. Like I can give you like also a small challenge for yourself, is basically trying to make like a business plan. But I think first what you could do is make like a brainstorm, like a map for yourself, then like later like a business plan. Yeah, actually then choose niche, and then basically your topic, and the tree will be business plan. So basically it will help you to get a bit an idea like, okay, where would I like to move in the tourist industry? Do I sorry, do I want to focus on like Russian people going like abroad, or do I want to focus on people from US that go maybe like to visit Iran, for example, or you want to focus on Polish people that go to Peru? So you can think a bit like, yeah, who is your audience? Of course, you can focus on everyone, but it helps sometimes to narrow it down. Like, okay, I will focus on, like with my Dutch language school, for example, I focus on Polish immigrants that want to get better job opportunities in the labor sector of logistics in the Netherlands, right? So that's very niche. Then I focus, for example, on international students that want to find a career in the Netherlands, or diplomats that want to be more confident with Dutch during meetings. So that's a bit more specific which audience you focus on, what are their problems. So you can do that the same with the tourist industry, for example. Like for example, I could say I focus on Dutch students that graduated and want to do a gap year in Peru to see Machu Picchu, for example, right? So that's then very specific. And of course, all other ages can also join, and like depends, of course, of the group trip, but that's also possible to make it a bit wider. Sometimes it helps to laser a bit down, be very specific, and then you can go a bit like wire, right? Then you can attract other audiences as well. But that's a bit what worked good for me, and yeah, sometimes for people it works well to go very broad, and then they get a lot of people, right? A lot of clients.
Also, Igor, if you don't mind, I just wanted to give a very quick, in line with what you said to Veronica, because I do also believe that based on the mutual relationship between the countries, I mean, the countries which are in contact with Russia and vice versa, Russia with the other countries. For example, Russia is in very good term with Belarus and also former US, former Soviet Union states like, for example, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Mongolia, those kind of countries in which Russia is the language. So I believe Veronica has a good chance to work more with the people who want to deal with the business, tourism. So it is enough to just check some websites from the government side or classified ads in the newspapers, because Russia is also very rich. They have a lot of business people. So I believe for outgoing from Russia to the neighboring countries, there would be more chances if she wants to explore new opportunities, like sport, even sport tourism. I remember there were a lot of hunting tourism in Russia at the time where we used to work, some specific target groups. So,
dear Baham,
yeah.
yes, I would like to tell you that I used these opportunities in the year when it was like 2022, 2023, 2024. I worked with delegations. I worked with the divine grace, with everything business people. I everything did this, and I promoted myself. You understood? Nobody knows me, but I decided if tourism doesn't work, okay, I will go to delegates. I will go to the government people,
That's
and
good.
I already
Yeah.
did it. I passed this stage, and maybe because my dream is always was when I lived in Belarus. My dream was to come out of the borders and to live abroad. And I got a very nice experience in Russia because I worked with foreign people. The most important for me, for me inside, to continue working with foreign people because I love them a lot. Different backgrounds, cultures, histories. And even I worked with Iranian also people here in Russia when it was a prosperous tourism time. And I think that what I did in Russia, and without any marketing. I did it by reference because people recommended me. That's why I built up my small business here in Moscow. And I will, of course, thank you for your advice. I will maybe write the letters to my former customers. Maybe they will have some opportunities and like this, and I will think over. But I think that I need to go out of Russia and find the solution to start remotely, like Igor recommended me. Yes, to find some remote work, to write something, or I don't know, to support some international companies, because I know languages: Polish, English, Russian, Belarusian. And then I collected the money, because I will not go abroad with 1 or 2,000 euro. No, I need thousands of euros to go and to start. And my idea to continue abroad with travel agency and to work with my foreign customers and to recruit guides and do in this way. What do you think about this plan?
That's very good. That's why I think I just got from let's say AI to share with you some of the freelance kind of job for remote.
Yeah.
Also, I believe based on your background, you can work with NGOs, non-governmental organization. You can work with the cultural institutes, trade missions, and also media in which there is a news, views, interviews, everything focused on tourism and around that. So I believe when there is a will, there is a way, and you can find your way out.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. I copied what you sent to me. I copied, and maybe you know what I'm thinking. Maybe I should go to some Russian governments abroad and offer my services to deal with cultural and international affairs and work with these foreign people from the Russian or Belarusian side and do this intercultural communication or something like this. I could try even. I don't know if it works or not, but I need to try.
Yeah, sure. This is called technically people diplomacy. So a lot of Ministry of Foreign Affairs and organization, because countries from country different, they are different ministries. You should familiarize yourself with the hierarchy of some organization. And I'm pretty much sure even you can start with volunteers, all right? And then once they know you, gradually you will develop your network and they will trust you as a reference. So that is the beginning for stepping in.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. I will try. I will try different ways and I will try to do my best. Thank you so much for your support. Still, I'm very happy that I am with you and I could speak with you, with international community. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, Igor, for preparing this grant for us.
Of course. I'm
Yes,
very happy
thank you.
to provide
Thank
that possibilities to all connect from all corners of the world. So I think that's the purpose. And so cool to see how you brainstorm, about different opportunities. And I think everyone can learn so much from each other. I'm also learning now about the people diplomacy. It's very cool, Bacha, what you're sharing. It's very valuable. Also, don't hesitate to put it in the platform. I think it can be very helpful for many people there. Even for travel journalists that work for 10 years, I think also diplomacy, it's a very interesting topic, I think.
Yeah.
Travel journalists should play a bigger role in it as well, because it can solve a lot of problems, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll go a little bit further. Yeah, so about defining your niche, I did one time this video here in Brazil a couple of years ago. It was about how to basically define your niche. So it was a topic about surfing. So everyone knows probably that surfing is a big topic. There are many people around the world that practice it, like beginners, like professional athletes. And then the question was, how to make it more like your unique niche. So it could be, for example, that you focus on surfboard repairing, or for example, you can focus on body surfing or wing foiling, for example. That's a bit a different industry, but those topics are a bit more niche, or a specific geographical location that you cover all the surf spots in Spain, and that then it makes it more basically the website easier to access, right? So people can see you as an authority instead of just a website about me that I'm going and surfing. It's kind of maybe fun to watch, but I'm not a professional surfer in the top 10 or top 50, then no one will probably people will follow me, but then not that many, right? If you provide some specific value. So for example, different surf spots or locations, or how to repair, how to learn the basics. So that's how you provide value. And that means the same with providing information about Cusco, about Moscow, about Iran, about Poland, right? Netherlands. So it's try to always go as niche as possible, actually, especially nowadays. In the past, it worked to really focus on really very broad about one country. Now it's sometimes even good to specialize in specific neighborhoods, streets, some capitals or cities, right? So that's a good way to go, and the same with your topic, right? can still like have a topic for the whole world, but then it's good to have it more defined. So that's about the niche. And yeah, it helps to start to think about, yeah, what are your hobbies, right? So it's easier to define your niche, to think about, yeah, which magazines you read, books, which movies you watch. So yeah, then basically to figure it out, then it will be easier to monetize it, right? If you choose those hobbies, you choose the best one, it's your passion, then it's easier to monetize it. So yeah, monetization we will discuss later. Actually, we had a little bit about that, but we will go even like deeper into that, how you can make money with with having your website. And I wanted to go more to the practical aspect of today, like how to start, right, with your travel blog. That means where you host it. A small video here from Brazil as well, but yeah, we will not like watch it now. So yeah, we have different platforms, right? And there's still a lot of platforms now developed because of AI. So maybe there are even better ones that you can find, but still, yeah, like we discussed a bit with Baja, like still WordPress is like the biggest ones, and still companies use that. So if you ever want to provide like travel blogging services or writing for website, then it's recommended to get familiar with WordPress, because maybe there will be hostels, hotels, tour agencies that even let you log in and they have it like hosted on WordPress, for example. But yeah, if you feel like WordPress.com or WordPress.org are not, you just don't feel good with those platforms, you can also go for the easier ones with the design that's like Wix.com or Squarespace. There's also one for Blogger.com. I wouldn't really use that, to be honest, personally, but there you can also like connect with other bloggers. So it's a bit more like a website, kind of a social media, I would say, as well. And social media, if you are just totally not into writing, then you can just use social media and you can practice some small parts of blogging by adding descriptions to your videos or pictures. So that's also totally fine. I mean, not everyone wants to write blog posts or articles. Maybe some of us are more into podcasts like audio, radio, right? Or videography or photography. But still, writing is also a very important part, right? That you know how to write your captions, your description near the video, because it also like helps with the SEO of your YouTube video, for example. And it's recommended for everyone to have a small website, at least, even if it's one page, just to showcase your work, because a lot of YouTubers also have websites, even with sometimes some blogs as well. That's also a very cool industry. If you want to make fast like money, basically, you can also help YouTubers basically make websites and post blog posts based on their YouTube videos. So let's say if someone has YouTube videos about Bali and Indonesia, then you can help them by making travel blog posts about Bali based on their video content, for example. So that's also a cool way. So yeah, some pros and cons. So yeah, personally, I would say a big pro of like WordPress.com is that you don't need to worry if your subscription runs out. Like you can go to the free version, so you can just still enjoy it. And further, like if you use other platforms, maybe they can disappear, can be less common, right? And personally, I would just say to make it easy for you, my advice will be to use WordPress.com first. And then if you want to start a bigger company, then WordPress.org. And then you can have a designer or web developer, so people that really know the skills. Or if you want, you can learn it yourself and offer it also as services in the future, right? Then you can also work remotely where you want. So that's also a cool option. And also the new trend is not only AI, but in general mobile, right? People search a lot on mobile, so always optimize your website for mobile search as well. And you can distribute your content through all those different social media platforms, right? So I think these ones you know probably already. Those are a bit like the most common ones, and there are more. So yeah, just to like yeah, for now, just to make it a bit more clear to see how you all went, like with WordPress. Does anyone of you need like help, like with how to use WordPress? Like, does everyone feel like comfortable with it? Did you have any struggles?
I have a problem because I registered my account, but with VPN, with everything, it's difficult to use, and it's very difficult to know how to create these pages and everything. You understand?
So you struggle a bit with the learning curve. It's like difficult for you to get started.
Yeah.
So I will try to find a tutorial for you, like on YouTube, that you can use like step by step how to set up everything. Because, for example, I mean, I have also like I have my own website. I can show now everyone a little bit how it looks like. However, the problem is every team is different. So that means that maybe your menu looks a bit different than mine because I have just a different team.
Maybe Igor, when I go, sorry for disturbing you. Maybe Igor, when I go to Belarus, to Minsk, I will try on my computer because here in Russia, without VPN, I can use VPN only on telephone, but on the computer I can't. So how can I do? I don't know.
I understand. So it's possible, but maybe it's possible to have a VPN on the computer as well. I'm not sure, but there could be an option to do that as well. Maybe
I will see. I don't know. If it will not work, maybe your Indian friend, how much does it cost she charge for the websites and portfolios and everything? Do you know?
She created like mine website design, from what I remember, was like something like, I think 300 euros I paid together. Yeah, for like my design, but of course I pay for like the hosting and the website domain. Just for the design. So she helped just to make a beautiful design, and so people can, let's say 5 pages, like your contact page, blog page where you publish your content, sales page where you sell your tours, your product, your online services, and then it can be also, let's say, like a about page and maybe something else as well. How less pages, how better usually, because then people kind of don't have the decision fatigue, right? So I would recommend, like 4 pages, maybe even 3 will be fine.
But this, you mean Peru Tours Academy, this website she created?
Yeah, the Peru Tours. So she created this one. Yeah, so she made like a beautiful design with it.
This one, right?
Yes. So I bought also my own team. So that means I also needed to pay for my own team. So it was around 60 euros. And she basically, she kind of like, I installed the team and she worked inside the team, because every team that you install, the design, so you have sometimes kind of pre-design that you install and then you play with it to make it more customized and more beautiful. It takes some work. So to be honest, if you have a budget, I would recommend to let someone do it for you and then to teach you how to use it. And if you have the time, for example, then I would recommend to learn it yourself. And even with WordPress.com, it's a bit easier. And if you feel like, oh, you really struggle with it, it's better maybe to just pay someone, or even use maybe then Wix.com. And if you just don't like travel blogging or writing, then you can just create a small sales page, for example, for yourself.
Wix, yes, maybe Wix also will work with VPN. It's okay.
Yeah,
maybe I could
try.
Maybe I could create my portfolio at Wix, because in Canva, you know that I did portfolio. I sent to you. They can't like retransfer to PDF, but still maybe I sent like I can send. But it's okay. In Wix we could also like a simple like a portfolio. It's okay to make it.
Yeah, I think with Wix it's totally fine, especially if you use it as just like your sales page or small portfolio. Then just people can find you even through ads, for example. They can go there, and or just if you share your link, and they see everything what you offer, right? Which tours. The only thing with WordPress is just more if you really want to go into travel blogging. I had one time, I met even like Nomadic Matt, maybe you know him from the US. It's kind of like I got a coaching session from him to also learn myself. And he's basically kind of like, he teaches travel blogging for a very long time. He is one of the first people that's started or at least got into news, basically like BBC, New York Times with digital nomades. So he really knows the things, and yeah, he created like a whole course about SEO, about everything. And yeah, that's also like a bit his advice was, I remember when I was reading, just to start with WordPress actually. And then you have two options, WordPress.com, WordPress.org. I had problems with choosing, so I chose both basically. I have on two locations my website. One, because yeah, I focus on travel bloggers that also want to learn more about it, and travel journalists. So the reader option is very valuable for me. And the second thing, yeah, having your hosted website, it helps also to have a bit more customized design. So that's why I chose to have a hosted as well. But if you find the learning curve is big, then yeah, you can get a professional or just start on a very easy platform that's design friendly, like Wix.com or Squarespace.
Also,
really, yeah, yeah, sorry.
Also, Igor, I want to add two things regarding what you just and Veronica said. Number one, she mentioned she had some tough time or challenge with converting her portfolio to PDF.
Yeah.
I believe that's quite easy. If she just tell me what is the environment she were just working with her portfolio, you can easily click on everything, any environment. And there are a lot of websites easily online and free. You can convert almost everything into PDF. So that's not a big deal. So if you have in a Word, if you have any, I don't know, what is the environment you have your portfolio in?
I created my portfolio in Canva, and I tried to convert and send to Igor in PDF.
Yeah.
But it's like, VPN influenced on telephone too much, and it is like too slow, and I clicked too much times to the button, but it doesn't work. At least in 5 times it works, but still it's not converted, and I don't know.
But even if it's in Canva, if it is the exporting to JPEG image or something, it can be easily converted into PDF.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know, but I don't know why I couldn't convert it. You understood? Because I don't know. Even I will double check. Thank you.
There's some software, yeah, like a PDF converter. I think if you type on Google, sometimes you can choose.
No, there is very famous, easy and free one for converting at least plus. I can say 45 to 50 types of conversion from Word to PDF, PDF to image, image to PDF. The best one is ilovepdf.com. I love
PDF.com.
Yeah, you can easily check whatever. I've been using it for many years, so you can easily convert everything to each other. And number two, already, Mr. Igor, I shared with you on your the book, the manual, which is, I believe, good enough, which also may help Veronica, is on WordPress from A to Z, everything. It's already on your WhatsApp.
That's very good. Yeah, that's very nice.
Okay.
Thank you very much for sharing.
My pleasure.
And also, please, if you get the chance, I don't know if you can also please share it in the portal. That will be great. And maybe you can also send maybe Veronica, if you have each other's contact, you can also maybe send to her directly, because I don't know, Veronica, you don't have access to the platform, I think, to the.
I have access, but sometimes it doesn't work with this VPN. But I will try to check if because you know that I even created my like a profile, but I can't find people in this platform.
Ah, really? Oh, that's weird. I will try
because I'm using from mobile telephone.
Ah, maybe that's why. I would try to check your settings again, but I think it should work. But maybe it's something like with your location, maybe because that they block maybe it a bit or partly. I'm not sure. But I will also create, because Baha had a great idea to create a WhatsApp group. So I will also create like a community group so we can all also interact on WhatsApp. So I will also do
WhatsApp. Yes. WhatsApp is better because
that's
for me today.
That's a good idea.
Because I was
because I have to sometimes to ask the help, and I really hope that everything will be okay.
I will,
and
yes,
And now I'm in Canva and it doesn't work. It's even I couldn't share the images.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of. I remember also like I had a friend that I met in Brazil from Russia. And I remember he also told me like that everything started to get blocked. His Facebook, his whole business struggled a lot with it. So I can imagine for you the same. Like on location, but also online, you get so much less access to different tools. And yeah, I can imagine
What
like
can we do? Nothing. Even now it doesn't work,
yeah,
but it's fine, no problem.
but I hope yeah, it will eventually everything will be like working well, and worst case you can always go abroad, right, and try to do
I will do, Igor. You know myself that even I'm sitting in Russia, nothing works for the abroad, but still I'm here, and I will be till the end of the year, and I'm going to meet with everyone, and I'm going to become the travel journalist star. You don't, you can take.
I have my trust in you. You'll be spreading the story later about our meetings.
We all hope so, yeah.
It will be, you know, that it will be written like Bacha told me, memoirs, and I'm going. You know that I'm going to write out of dream limits. All my story, how I jump out of Russia, and how I become like saying about my experience in Russia, and how I overcome obstacles, and nevertheless following my dream, and still in the international crowd of people. And after I will go abroad and will work with foreign people, still I will promote maybe from abroad Russia, and I will find solution how to go to Russia, open to people visas, and will show you Russia. This is my plan, because nevertheless of political situation, our people are very hospitable, and our nature and everything is very fantastic, beautiful. And it will be my like a grace and gratefulness to everything which I took from here, from this land, and like this. And I will write down the book. I promise Bacha to write down the book about my biography, about Belarusian girl who became internationally like famous because of her powerful nature.
My pleasure. Yeah,
about the ebook.
We would be looking forward to seeing that. We would all be looking forward to seeing that for sure.
Also very excited.
Yes, and I would like, and of course Igor will be also the hero in this story, because he was the one who is helping me to come out of dream limits. Thank you.
Thank you. I feel honored.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the story is actually very cool and very inspiring. I mean, you can inspire so many people, you know, that it's like possible to just go abroad and like start a new life, like find yourself in a new community. And I think, yeah, even like outside of Russia, a lot of people feel like inspired that live like remotely or in faraway villages, and they feel like, hey, they want to connect like with the world, right? And nowadays, because of the internet, because of international possibilities, it's possible, right, for those that really want to take the step, right? And it can be even so simple as like having a small part-time remote job, right, or starting your own mini freelance business, or even like a huge business, right? And I know many people like that work remotely for other companies or as a freelancer, or even started like a huge business that basically they could like retire, for example. So it's really like
Igor, yes, if I achieve my success because of my like a power, I will unite all of you, because you know that couple of years in Russia, I created a VB Guide school, and I united people around myself and teach them how to become a professional guide, and gave 28 people work during the World Cup Championship in 2018. And I managed this without any marketing, and I will do the same with you. Don't worry, because you know I have this power, but I am very upset because I don't know how to use in this obstacle, in this current situation in Russia.
I mean, I can imagine a lot of people, and also like a lot of travel journalists will be so interested to learn more about like how to be a tour guide as well, how to guide people, how to deal with big groups of people, smaller groups, specific groups. I think it's yeah, very valuable, and it's also like always very cool, like yes, sideway business that you can do, right? So I think you could definitely be a big pioneer and be a person that can help others also, right? Because you have already the experience, so, and the knowledge, right? Let me check. I will just go very quick because I see we are almost like finished for today. So just like also like a very important question to you all, like, okay, because I know like I have the feeling, because Hans, you also like messaged me that you struggled a bit with WordPress, but you managed to like install it and to use it. So maybe a question is like, do you want like the next session that I like provide you with like a tutorial maybe, because I know many of you maybe searched already a bit on the internet, or like a WordPress alternative. So please, yeah, let me know, or maybe, yeah, give yourself time to think about it so I can help you out with the right resources, because I know that WordPress is like quite, yeah, big learning curve. So maybe any suggestions from you or questions? Or maybe the things like, what was the biggest struggle like with WordPress? Maybe Hans, maybe can you add a little bit what was your struggle? Like the theme, the design, or more like making the pages? Can show a little bit here. So this is a bit how it looks in the options. This is how it looks for people outside, right? I mean, those are two websites, but just as a reference. So just to make it simple, yeah, what you have is you have your domain name, right? For this one, you pay then if you want to have this extension. This is your design, right? And that's like the home page. That means the page where people enter your website, that you can scroll. And you can add different sections, right? You have trusted brands, for example, brands you worked with, about, like about you, your blog posts, right? That people can click on and they can like read. Then we have, when you go down, like for example, categories, and this one, you don't need to worry now about it, but you can add like a privacy policy, terms and conditions of using the website. So that's kind of your legal paragraphs. And so you can basically make it with ChatGPT nowadays. In the past, people used to pay lawyers 200, 300 euros for that, but yeah, you can make it with ChatGPT basically, or even copy it from my page. But yeah, later, let's say if you make very like serious sales or something, let's say as a tour agency, then I would recommend that you maybe get a lawyer to your specific branch. But for now, don't worry. And here we go. Those are like your pages, and also called your menu, like in a restaurant, right? So you have drinks, you have food, dessert, like something appetizer, right? And extras, for example. That's the same on the website, and you can name it yourself how you want. I would recommend to have like your sales page, so what you sell. So in my case, it's like academy, tours, and retreat. So let's say it could be, for example, tours or like services, right? So that's your offer, right? So for example, here people click and can see like the academy offer, or people can click here and they can see like the tours like to Peru.
So you have like a website which includes everything which is connected to your brand.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it's basically with the blogs, what you do, because you write the blogs, right? So people find you on Google, then they click on the blog, right? So they click here and they're on your website. So they can later see, oh, wow, he writes about Mancora, Surf Town. Oh, cool. He also organizes tours to Peru. Oh, yeah, maybe I can go with him, right? And then people then click on it. But yeah, you need to make it findable through like keywords. So people type in travel guide to Mancora, or Mancora Surf Town, or White City of Arequipa, or best time to visit Machu Picchu. And nowadays, it's good to have very specific questions because they also can find you in ChatGPT. So not only Google, but also ChatGPT, and they can also find you through social media, right? So it can be YouTube, it can be Instagram. So there's a lot, right? But for now, let's make it simple. Your website is just like your portfolio. So you can add it everywhere on social media. People go to your website and they see like, okay, someone has a very good portfolio, so I want to purchase the services or the product, right? And that's why also like this one is important, like your about page, it's about you, right? Who you are, or your company, if you are really more as a company oriented, not as a personal brand, and your contact information. So that's basically how people can contact you. And sometimes you can have like a small pop-up like this one. For example, back then I used to have like Travel Blogging Magazine. I need to change it, but that people can fill in their email address and then they can get like a free video course, like a free ebook or a small template even that you can make with Canva in 30 minutes. And then they provide you their phone number or their email address, and then you can contact them. So if I have people that are interested in Peru, I can, for example, provide like a best 50 tips to visit Cusco, for example, right? And then people fill in their email, and then I contact them like, hey, do you want to go on our expedition in August to document the local culture, visit like the breathtaking landscape? People are interested, I can have a call, and then people can join. So that's a bit just simple how a website works, right? In general, like from like the when it's already designed, right? And here you can see, unfortunately, how the website works for us as we make it, right? Behind the scene. And it's way more complicated, unfortunately. So yeah, you have statistics, so you can see how many people visited. So this one is my other website. So for example, I can go here, statistic, and then people can see, like I can see from which blog post they saw, like during this day, for example. So I can see like, let's say today I had like, let me check. Oh, I go a little bit back. For example, today I had 8 views, 7 visitors, for example. So 7 people clicked on my website, and I can even see through which blog posts. So which blog post performed the best? So, oh, how to create a content calendar, Deadly Grand Canyon in Pai, Thailand. Someone clicked on it. How to take pictures of Chris the Redeemer. So that's in Brazil. How to define your travel blog niche in 2024. Okay, so from a longer time ago, someone clicked. And I see from which countries. So I can see, yeah, someone from United Arab Emirates clicked today. From United Kingdom, 3 people. United States. You can track also from which countries people visit you. For me, mostly it's like United States, UK, because I write in English, right? If I cover some specific destinations, then suddenly I can have a lot of Thailand views, and it can be even like US people that are just in Thailand at the moment, or Thai people that speak English. So that's a bit with the statistic. And you have further, like you can see, I have like business plan, for example, and here you can see different plans on WordPress that you can choose. So definitely I would recommend start with the free one, just test it out, and then later you can upgrade if you feel like. And if you feel like stuck, yeah, I will also send you like a tutorial in the platform. I'll try to find something that's quite digestible and easy to use. And yeah, then you can like experiment, see where you struggle with, try your templates, right? As you can see, I have, for example, here, I don't know if I can click.
Sorry, Igor, did you say that even the free version is permanent? It can be used forever?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that's the thing, like the free version is basically with WordPress.com at the end. You can use it only with some limitations in website design. So that's why I choose for the paid one, because you have more beautiful design. So yeah, if you have a better design, of course, yeah, people stay longer, right? So
you mean both the name and the content on the free version would be forever, almost? Perfect.
Yes, but the name will be with WordPress.com at the end.
Yes.
So that's the only
that's
down thing, but you can also decide to only take the domain name and not the subscription, I think. I'm not sure.
Awesome.
We need to check in the plan, but
maybe it's also in the same book. And also I already shared a nice YouTube, which is about 20-25 most probably minutes, all about the WordPress step by step.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome.
Yes.
So it sounds like a video. I just wanted to write down for myself that I need to share a video. So awesome that you found.
Yeah, it's already in the chat. I just shared.
And please, like, if you could also put it in the platform, it will be really helpful. Then I think it will be very valuable. And yeah, step by step.
Regarding the book, I was not sure if we are allowed to share a book, the whole book on the. Is it possible, or then you can decide? You have a look at the book.
Okay.
Then maybe you can. Then we can distract. I mean, or get selection of few pages, a screenshot, or I can maybe summarize it by the next week. I will make it a summarization of the book. Put it on the group.
I would check. Yeah, if it's like you know, like if it's like copyright, we shouldn't do that because we need to like respect the author. But we can definitely take like one page or something or a paragraph, you know, that's like
or even I can do the summarization of the whole book, put it in a kind of PowerPoint or something.
Yeah, that's totally fine. You can even put it in AI and sometimes it's summarized, but that's okay. That's allowed.
Yes.
Because of course, if we also want to be authors, we need also to protect other authors. So
sure. I'll do it by next week. I hope for the next week I will do this.
That's awesome. Thank you very much. And I will like for me, the homework will be to make the WhatsApp group so it will be easier for us to connect. And I can also send you all the time reminders because it's sent automatically with email. But yeah, I think with WhatsApp, sometimes it's a bit faster, I think. So I think that will be good. So yeah, everyone, like, please let me know, like, if you have like struggles and questions with the WordPress, please check the YouTube video that Baha like shared now. And if you have like still struggles, then we can just, you know, save like 30 minutes for like next session to kind of go through it. And with what I can help, I will try to help you. And of course, with more technical things, then I recommend just to check for experts on Fiverr, for example, fiverr.com. And I can also, if you feel like you want a website designer, I have a good person that I know personally from my own website. So then I can also give you the contact. So no worries about that. And if you feel like WordPress is not for you, you can always use like another like a platform, right? Like Wix.com, Squarespace. You have ClickFunnels, I think, something like that. So you can make one sales page as well. So that's more for people that are not into writing and blogging. But yeah, website can help a lot, of course, for your business and for your personal brand as well. So I recommend it to have at least one page, you know, that you can share with people. Okay, like any questions maybe before we finish today?
No, just thank you so much for the time and also everything.
Of course. Thank you very much for like joining. And also, like, everyone, don't hesitate. If you have like questions, you can write me personally and take your time this week to explore WordPress. Then I can like answer your questions more into detail next time. Okay, then you can also share a screen with me.
Okay, then goodbye to you and Hans and Veronica, and until hope next time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your help and for your advices.
Okay, my pleasure. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
You know what? I managed, while you are speaking, all of you, to convert to PDF from Canva, and I sent to Igor, and I will send in the group also when he created. You will check my portfolio, okay?
Awesome.
Sure. Happy news. Good news. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.